My name is Aaron Scave, and I am the founder of Ascade Signs and its flagship product, the Triage Tri-Hole. Come with me and I'll show you how I overcame some of the struggles. So some of the things I faced when bringing the Triage Tri-Hole to life, I could say that it's not for the faint of heart. Like, even the minuscule tasks, they often turn into like whole day events, and it would kill a whole day, like even ones that were planned for. Like, it would be, sometimes it would be a little bit depressing, you know? But the first thing I had to do, you know, to get this in the market, like I had to go through a whole change of perception. Like I had to change my whole perception, okay? I was actually forced to change my perception of everything I knew. I was doing research on how things were sold and made. I had to go back to the drawing board. Like, I was not happy with things that I was engaged with my life. Like, it was more so, I could see the struggles with people, and there was something that didn't sit right with me, you know? And ultimately that led me to looking down like a business avenue. It all came down to services, sold and made. I would go to work, come back, do research, you know, for a whole day, bro. Like, for a whole day, basically up until it was time to go to work again. And I would go to work and then come back and still do research. And time at that point started to become irrelevant because I had been going down a rabbit hole. You know, those times where your attention is grabbed and you start really paying attention to, you know, what it is that you're looking up, and you have like there's a direction, but there's something else pulling you. And I started to think of this idea, you know, I started to become more thankful for life and just seeing the beauty. Like, I started to work with what I had. You know, this Triage Tri-Hole, it started with sticks, straws, paper, cardboard, tape, and all other types of stuff. I had really taken my self-learning higher, you know, and I had taken it so high that I wanted to take it higher, you know, because I was like, this can't be it. This can't be it. And I looked into Innovator and creative cohorts. I really soon learned that all they really wanted was a subscription and people to pay their bills. And I really started to understand that the only thing I would really hear from them was about their success, not really the actual help that they've given or how they came to, or, you know, just something that me as an inventor could understand and go forward with in this class or in this cohort or these cohorts with all these other inventors. I could tell the others were looking for the same thing just as I found that I could make my device or prototypes using a 3D printer. Like, I even tried telling the cohorts and classes that I was in, oh boy, and I was quickly like quieted, you know what I mean? Like, but I knew like the ones who actually heard me, they heard me. They definitely heard me. And with that, like, once I knew that those cohorts were trying to shut me down and not talk to those other inventors, once those inventors got it and I understood it, I was gone. I knew what I needed to do. So with my new formal knowledge, you know, the new knowledge I just gained and talking to everybody and doing all that, I still had to know how to use the machine, bro. Like, getting the machine was one thing, but I still had to learn how to use the machine. So I started with self-research once again, back into that higher learning self, you know, but doing what got me there. So I started learning how to make items with 3D printing. Crazy enough, I ended up starting with TPU, which is what they say one of the hardest, you know, versions of filament and stuff to work with when it comes to, you know, a 3D printer. It's crazy, right? I know. So I started with the hardest version, or the hardest type to work with, the hardest material to work with. And for, you know, in the beginning, they printed awesome, bro. Like, they printed amazing. But the dimensions were a little bit off. Mind you, I still was going to work and doing my 9-to-5 type thing. So the machine broke. I had, I guess, messed with the dial or a setting or a few settings, and it started to print badly. The machine was not responsive. I ended up breaking one of the nozzles and, you know, getting one of the nozzles back. I just didn't want it to be a problem. I didn't even want would-be problems. I had to learn what could be potential problems. I couldn't just buy something expensive, take it apart, or break it and not how to fix it, right? So I had to fix it. It was good. I had turned myself into a machine operator and learned the ins and outs of 3D printing. And now I can help individuals who maybe suffer from some of the same issues that I had, like separation issues or adhesion issues, anything like that. So taking that time to really develop myself, it dawned on me. I had been making this way harder on myself, bro, like just way harder. I could change, like if I wanted and I did, I could change the nature of the Treehouse Tri-Hold's development altogether. After doing more than necessary, I could have more of a predicted outcome, giving me a little bit more confidence because I knew how I could change the development and what I was actually going for with a certain design. It's like a teacher give you a topic and they say, write about this, right? You don't have to come up with it, you just start. So that's the analogy. I was the one creating the outline. I was the one creating the document, you know? Everything we see around us, and this is something I want, like, that I have to always remember. It's everything we see around us that we use in our everyday lives, like somebody has made it, somebody has pushed it and kept pushing it until it became common enough for me and you and your grandma and your cousins and everybody else to use. It's a table, a curtain, a bathtub, whatever, bro. Somebody made it and kept pushing it. The marketing, they just kept pushing it, generations or maybe just years and years, but either way, it was being pushed. If you want to see something in your life, make it happen. Your local grocery store isn't gonna make a rocket or a teleporter and sell it to you. They don't have the capability, they don't have that. So what they're focused on is strictly grocery store stuff. Some of the things that we might want to see in our life, it might not happen unless we make it. Look, I contacted companies before I knew really that I could sew and make the strap myself. It's funny because even though the strap is only for the comfort, they actually tried to steal it. I didn't want to partner with a company that had a strap and then just somehow it would cannibalize their product line. And I know that it's two different things. I know it does provide two different functions, but that's still a conversation. And I thought it was cool. And also there was their website and it was all jumbled around. You could get a bulk price on deals that wasn't advertised on its website, you know? And I was like, okay, I don't know if this is a third party dealer, but this bulk price is 50 times cheaper than what you would pay for them individually or in a pack of 5. So I brought it up to him. Maybe I shouldn't have done this, but I got the ring around and also tried to let them know about something that could help them with their website. They ghosted me for 2 days. And then 4 days later after that, they had a company, one of their children companies, I should say, they pooped out a strap that had the same dimensions that I was talking to them about. The exact same ones, the exact same thing. And instead of it being a nice picture, they threw it up like if I was to just learn how to sew in a day and then make a picture and put it up there. That's the picture that they chose. So this was too much friction for the Treehouse Tri-Hold to not be a thing. It was time to bring the Treehouse Tri-Hold to life. What didn't exist, it already existed too much. In the end, God pushed me to complete this and my life's abundant. And I have the freedom to create and bring my imagination to life, whatever that is. If I feel like building a rocket, if I feel like building some rocket shoes, I can. I know how to do it. But I thank you for your time, for being here watching this video. I look forward to sharing what I release next over on my business website, AskKateSigns.com, where you can get a Treehouse Tri-Hold for yourself, your child, or an elderly, or just a loved one in general. Designed for all ages. I got tired of suffering. I wanted to bridge the gap between poverty and healthcare. This should not be a problem to where people are suffering and there's no solutions. AskKateSigns.com. We empower others.